Star Wars Visions. Ooh boy. If you haven't had a chance to go out and check out the cartoon, I suggest you do it. And I am not a component of a lot of things Disney. I feel like Disney has taken uh beloved IPs and absolutely trashed them. Okay? They really have. They've taken these things and they've made them political and they've added on things that I just don't think you make something that was fun and beloved and had a very deep passionate message about life and uh, the power of pushing through and looking deeper inside yourself, and they just trashed it. So I don't suggest checking out much Disney Plus activities, but if you have an opportunity to check out Disney's Star Wars Visions, it's a great cartoon and it's done by mostly Japanese, I believe, artists. And oh boy, it's what we should have gotten. We should have just done that. Do that. Give the Star Wars IP to these creators because they can put out something that is unique, it's fun, and it just blows you away. Okay. With that being said, last year they had a story come out from pretty much from that cartoon called Star Wars Visions, um, and it had different iterations of that cartoon kind of put out in a comic form, and it was great. I loved it. I actually got a couple copies of it because I just felt like it was just that damn good. I gave it away. I hooked people up because I just felt like it was that good and it needed to be put up there. With manga being as popular as it is, I can see that Marvel is trying to latch onto a little bit of that fame in not a very good way. Like the format of manga does not compare to comics. Comics, the format is way better. The problem is the character development, the character arcs, the stories is just 100 times better on manga. For most of the part, like there is here and there where you will get some really good comic book stories. Most of them we already know about, but nonetheless, let's get into this review today about the new comic Star Wars Visions, written and drawn by Takahashi Okazaki. Okay, so as we get into this book, you can see number one, the art style that I was talking about. I mean, it is like this is what makes it 8 out of 10. The backgrounds are great. The idea of everything is great. I mean, I really like the art. So that's just the number one, just hits you right away. In most comic books, that's what it's gonna do, right? Uh, you know, you're not sure where you're at or what's going on because time keeps elapsing, right? Things change. You go from one spot to the next spot to the next spot, trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. The tone of the book, I would say it's serious. It's like this serious tone, but like this memories of this older Ronin who's been through it all, who's experienced life, who's watched within the last 10 years of living at this one area, in the past. Put a lightsaber in their hand and show that world. How does it exist in this different iteration of Star Wars? Right. This is one of them. This is what would Japan be like during Star Wars? The Sith and all this and that because they are the masters of swords, as far as technique, far as skilled actions with the sword. You get to the end, and as you get to the end, you see this robot who was a companion for the Sith master hand himself over or pass himself on. And throughout the story, you kind of hit on the ticks of the older Ronin saying, "Hey, go with him. He's going to be a good fit for you. He deserves you," kind of a thing. And I thought that was brilliant. So overall, I give this story an 8. I give the story. Let's give the story about a 7. Okay. I give it about a 7 only because it's it's just a one shot. It's just a one shot. We're not talking about 7, but as a comic itself, I give it about a 7, all right? 7 or 8. Some of the things that could have been better, well, I didn't the back and forth stuff is okay. I wasn't a big fan of it. The art, brilliant art, beautiful drawings, could have been inked better or inked at all. I do think that they were trying to show the depth of this guy's drawing, which is brilliant, but they kind of diminished him to a degree. You know, it just feels like some spots here and there where they're like, yeah, that would have been a little better, inked out a little better, you know, just whatever. That's just my personal take. My personal take, it's a 7. I mean, honestly, it could even go higher than that the more I look at other crappy books. But there you go. There is Star Wars Ronin. Highly suggest it. Check it out. Hits on all the plot points. And thank you for checking this out. Just a quick one, letting you know that it was worth it. And there you go.